I would like to welcome David Voth with us. David Voth is a Vice President of Marketing and Business Development for USA Rugby, and we're involved in a pretty big thing happening this weekend.
I have a feeling that this is going to be huge. This is going to be the first step in a lot of big stuff happening. Welcome to the show, David. How are you?
Well, thanks, and happy Valentine's to everybody out there and to you guys. Doing good. Enjoying this beautiful Central Florida weather, man. It's fantastic.
Well, welcome to Tampa Bay area and Central Florida, and this is an exciting thing. Tell us about USA Rugby. Tell us about the,
what it is.
First of all, I'm pre-pro.
What is that thing, USA Rugby?
No, okay.
Well, no, I'm from Syracuse, so I know what rugby is, but a lot of people down here don't know what rugby is.
Yeah, it's a great sport. It's actually, USA Rugby is a national governing body of the sport. We oversee about 50,000 matches a year, represent over 2,000 rugby clubs, and everything from youth to college and to senior level play and then international play. So 2,000 plus clubs across the good old US of A. And our goal is to truly inspire America to fall in love with rugby. It's a great sport. Obviously has a huge global base of viewers and fans. It's growing dramatically here in the U.S. and
it's dangerous.
And, our deal was to be out here and promote it and be a part of it.
David, I'm watching USA Rugby right now, and it looks pretty dangerous. So you can really get hurt in this game.
Oh, I don't believe everything you watch. It's a great game, and actually, you know what? The fastest growing segment in our sport today is our youth category. They play a touch game. They play touch or tackle. But it's amazing. I played years ago, and for last week I was in San Diego at the USA Sevens, part of an international World Series, where we had 16 nations appearing. But the highlight of part of the festival throughout the course of the week was to see the little kids, 6 and 8 years old, playing the game. And it's a tough game. It's a fast game. There's lots of scoring in it, and everybody loves it. But it's probably you can get hurt, but it's probably overrated in that department.
Well, I got to tell you, just from the short clip, and I have seen rugby before on TV, and I've seen clips on the internet and that kind of stuff. It really looks like there's no direction for anything, and I can't figure out the whole rule thing.
There
it looks
is no
like
rules.
Anytime somebody touches the ball, 15 people jump on them and try to beat the crap out of them. I'm not really sure I get it, David, but it does look exciting.
That's the secret. You're not supposed to let that out. But no, the game is kind of one of it's similar in soccer. It's similar in basketball. It's two teams on a field, one trying to advance and literally push the ball across the goal line and then touch it down. And that's where we get the American term touchdown for scoring. The game was the original game of football here in America. One of the presidents, I can't remember who it was, but decided that, the game may be just a little bit too dangerous. And back in those days, it was probably a little bit, as you said, probably without a whole lot of rules back then.
Well, you're right.
But it proved to be a bit dangerous. But again, it's advancing the ball. You can run it. You can pass it laterally or behind you. You can also kick it forward. But it is America's next great game. We see such a huge growth just over the past 10 years that it truly is America's fastest growing game at this point.
Well, speaking of fastest growing game, there's a huge event this weekend in Central Florida. What is that event? Who's coming? Who's watching? Where can you see it?
Well, it's a unique opportunity to see international rugby played here in Florida. I played in the Bay Area, Tampa Bay area for years, and we used to have to travel to Chicago or to New York or to LA or San Francisco somewhere to be able to watch an international match. Right here in Central Florida, and doggone it, right next door to Tampa Bay, we've got the Freedom Cup, the 2008 Freedom Cup. Presented by the National Guard, which is one of our new sponsors at USA Rugby. But it's February 16th. There are two matches, one at 5 o'clock and one at 7 o'clock. But the 7 o'clock match at Bryant Stadium features the under-20s USA men's team against the under-20s Canada national team. So it's America versus Canada. And these two teams will probably face each other in the junior world championships that will be held later on this year in Wales. So the action will be fast. These are some tremendous athletes. And as I said, this category of youth coming up, most of these kids have been playing, probably 5 or 6 years. I mean, when you're 20 years old, that's a great, it's a lot of your lifetime. But they are definitely on target to, our USA guys are definitely on target to push hard. We hope we win. But the Canadian teams are tough opponents for us, and it should be a fantastic match.
I'm really surprised that that the rugby hasn't taken off, because it seems like it's a very energetic. I mean, if soccer, has a stance and people running back and forth and running around, really sort of unactionable game, that's an incredible game that makes you kind of go, wow. You want to kind of watch it like a train wreck, But that's February 16th, the USA against the Canadians in Orlando, and it's going to be webcast on usarugby.org, so you can watch the first game and the second game, or just the second game.
Well, actually, we'll broadcast both games, so you'll have
wonderful.
a good opportunity. And actually, just to throw this in, it's actually in Lakeland.
In Lakeland.
Stadium.
I apologize. Sorry.
Which is not too far from Orlando. So, folks in Orlando, come on over. And in Tampa Bay, we'd love to have you. But
how many people do you expect to come?
I'm sorry?
How many people do you expect to come to the event? And how did you promote the event?
We probably expect several thousand to show up. The admission price, $12 free. Was great for the family. $5 at the door. Bryant Stadium is a great little stadium right in the heart of Lakeland. It's central to everybody, and we've been working with the folks over at Polk County Sports Marketing, and they've got a great group of people over there, and they're just incredibly enthusiastic and supportive of this event. It's the first time that we've been able to bring this event to Florida. Past 5 years, we've held it in Phoenix, Arizona. And we hope that this is the beginning of a great relationship and marriage to bring rugby to Florida on an annual basis.
Well, you talked about it being broadcast over the web in live webcasts. Tell us about maybe other plans and partners in bringing this thing into the eyeballs and the homes of
millions.
We're talking about ESPN. We're talking about millions of people getting it on their TV set. Tell us a little bit about how you plan on doing that.
Well, it's been an interesting trip. I came on board a couple years ago, and we really didn't have a whole lot of television put in place. This past year, we were able to negotiate some deals with ESPN, ESPNU, CSTV, Versus. So we've been able to make some inroads into domestic television. If you look at the global presence, we have truly billions, and that's B's and billions,
yes.
billions of people watching rugby throughout the world. It is the second largest viewed sport and participating sport in the world.
How have you?
Wow.
Go ahead.
I was saying, how have you promoted the live webcast on for this weekend's event?
You know what? We promote it, certainly by sending out the traditional releases and certainly making inroads into the market. But a lot of it has to do with communication to the different clubs in the area, who then vice versa go out and talk to those folks. We send out email blasts. The idea of truly creating a webcast. Webcast is such a tremendous opportunity for a lot of sports that may not be able to get that prominent placement on an ESPN or a Versus. And you look at the quality of the product, how it's progressed even over the past 2 or 3 years. It's dramatic, and the quality of this event this weekend will be outstanding. We've got a great production crew, many of them Emmy Award winners. So you know what? Stay tuned and look at usarugby.org, and you'll see some great rugby.
usarugby.org, February 16th. Both games are going to be broadcast live over the web. usarugby.com. .org. You got to get out there, check it out. And if you can't be there in person, get on the web, check it out, tell your friends. And we're talking about a lot of great grassroots opportunities for distribution and marketing of this thing. And I have a feeling its explosion is right around the corner, David. Thanks so much for your constant desire and work to make this thing happen, because it's right on the verge. It's right on the horizon of making it blow up.
Well, I appreciate it and truly appreciate being on the show, guys.
Well, David, it is Valentine's Day, and we can't let you go without a 30-second. What are you doing for Valentine's Day?
You know what? I'm going to have dinner with my beautiful wife.
Wonderful.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And thank you for calling in tonight's show.
All right, guys.
We are going to take.
Thanks, David.